Hi, everybody. Welcome to the UX Group Conversation. I'm Christy Linneville, the VP of User Experience. Very pleased to have all of you here today. Let's go ahead and jump in. Sid, you have the first question.
Yeah, thanks. Recently, we had our product managers make a comparison of Netlify versus GitLab pages, mainly focused on the usability. I thought it was a super helpful video to see that side by side, and I think those things are helpful to increase kind of the usability of GitLab, holding us accountable against point solutions. Can we expect comparisons like this out of UX?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I agree. So yes, UX does do comparisons like you're talking about. I had Marcel link to one that he did recently. We do them in videos. We also do them in other ways too. But yeah, yes, this is part of the work that we do. And I agree. I think it's super valuable. Does that answer your question, or are you looking for more?
Yeah, no, looking forward to that, and I think we should also try to put them on YouTube and like GitLab Unfiltered as much as possible, so that we have one single source of truth that is easy discoverable by everyone.
Sounds good. I know there are some questions out there. It's a long deck full of interesting stuff.
Hey, Christy, if I may, I'll just jump in with one and then type it in. I have done a little work in my career developing educational materials, curricula, and that sort of thing. And that popped for me just when I breezed through the deck. Is anybody from our side clicking in and helping to develop, I don't know, rubrics that the teachers could use, or any of the other things that would make what they're doing reusable by, let's hope, lots of other classes or lots of other courses at whatever level of education? Is when they get those extra documents and frameworks and tools, it makes it so much easier for them to say, oh, I'd love to reuse that lesson if it went well for these folks.
Yeah, I'm going to answer that in two ways, and hopefully it answers your question. Tell me if it doesn't. So the UX team doesn't do our like official training materials. That's Christine Yoshida's team. But I know that they are working on curriculum with rubrics. So what you are asking for. My second answer to that, though, is part of our work as UX folks is to make sure that the UI is learnable and there is support for that. And our growth team is working hard on that. Jackie Bauer, yes, I see your face. Jackie, chime in here, because I know y'all are working hard on things like onboarding.
Hey. Yeah, this question is related back to the section in the slide deck about students contributing to docs. I just want to make sure I have the context before I give an answer.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, the growth team is working on improving onboarding for all users. So in general, we really want the app to be super intuitive, and where it's, well, the first priority is to make the application super intuitive so that we really don't have to train people, right? And then we have a complex application, so we can't always do that. And then in the cases where it's not, where it is more complex and not as intuitive, then we leverage the docs. And then really the vision is for us to have sort of in-app help so that the docs kind of work seamlessly with the interactions in the application. You could sort of like get contextual help based on what task you're trying to accomplish. Does that answer the question? I'm not sure if I'm...
I was going to ask the same thing. Yeah. I'm not sure if we circled in
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, we're talking about kind of a few different things, I think.
Well, I'll double click and check it out too. I mean, I think whether it's with the docs in English or certainly in translation, there's just a world of folks out there who would love to volunteer and contribute on projects like this, and it would be great to leverage that energy, that interest.
Can I maybe jump in?
Yeah, of course.
Hi, this is Christos from the community team. I recently joined as the Code Contributor Program Manager. Our team, the community relations team, is also working on that because we're primarily working with volunteers, code contributors, and also volunteers on talks as well. We're also looking into this, generally the funnel and the process or the onboarding process and how we can reuse content. I know for a fact that Christina Habi from our team as well is working with faculty members, trying to work, trying to make some, not tutorials, but some content, some resources for people to use them, faculty members to use them in their classes. So yes, there are a lot of, as far as I understand, there is a lot of teams looking into this from their own perspective. So I'm pretty sure also that at some point we're also gonna work together because we use directly with contributors, but we will definitely need some help from probably the UX team trying to improve some of the contents that we have for contributors, especially on the community website, and how to get on board and things like that. But at the end, eventually, it's also the product because all these contributors are getting on board to our product. So it's, yeah, everything ties up really well together in the end.
Thank you for that information. And yes, we'd be happy to collaborate with you on that. And Brian, hopefully we, between all of that, got back around to answering your question. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stare at everybody because I know you have more questions, and I have no shame. I'll just stare.
I'll ask one, Christy. So this is about slides 9, 10, 11. So it's pretty cool that we've had some student groups contributing to docs. And I know that one of the things I hear most from junior UXers trying to break into the field is that it's really hard for them to like build up their portfolio so they can get that first job. And so I don't know what this might look like, but is there some way we can connect with those people and let them see if they would like to contribute to GitLab as a kind of a part of building up that portfolio?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So we always invite contributions, including design contributions. So yes, absolutely. We invite them as part of programs like you're seeing the teams who worked on not just the documentation, but also the docs site. So we have a team of student user researchers who've done research on docs.gitlab.com and contributed really, really meaningful information. We also accept individual contributions. So Jackie, I'm not sure exactly what you have in mind, but I think the big answer is yeah, sure.
I'm not sure, but I mean, for example, I live here in Austin and UT has a design program and they reach out to me a lot to ask me about, you know, if I have jobs and stuff. And so I just wonder if maybe there's an opportunity to connect with some of these groups more directly and let them know that we do have this as an opportunity.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not aware if we've tried that yet.
Yeah, not on the product itself. So yes, if you have people reaching out to you and you want to collaborate with me on making something like that happen, very, very open to that. And I'm with you. What a really meaningful thing to add to someone's portfolio early in their career.
Yeah, the boot camps and the programs, they often reach out asking for people in the field to do portfolio reviews or asking if we have projects for people to do as part of the program to add it to their portfolio. And so, you know, we should probably leverage them.
I'd love to at least get one more question.
Christy, I have a follow-up to that. I don't know much about, or I found it really interesting that junior, or the folks you worked with for the docs, the students you worked with for the docs page. How'd that come about? Any highlights from that?
Oh, Susan Tacker, you're the one with all the knowledge here. Okay, we don't have Susan. Let me see. Do we have Craig? Do we have anyone here from Docs who can answer this question? Marcin, any chance you know exactly how this came together?
Hi. So what was the question about cooperation?
It was about, they'd mentioned earlier that there were some students that had helped the docs team with their site. It sounds like they contributed to that.
Yes, well, I can speak to the first team described in the slides, the Israeli kind of postgraduate training. One of our team members, well, a couple of our team members are active in the Write the Docs Slack community, and the main person leading this course, which is specifically technical writing course, but for people who already have some education, who are looking to to change careers. They were looking for open source projects to collaborate with, and Mike Jang, specifically from our team, kind of started, reach out to this person and started this whole thing. So we've created a whole bunch of issues, very simple things to fix in our documentation, but we started receiving merge requests from the students, and what's happening now is kind of like an unofficial sequel, meaning like we're not doing anything specifically for them, but we've told the instructor, what they could do as a follow-up. It's like, look through our open issues with, by label, for example, documentation and accepting merge requests. So this is what we are seeing.
And if I remember correctly, one of those students got nominated for MVP this last milestone because they contributed so many docs improvements, which is so cool.
That's right. And she keeps going.
Awesome.
That's amazing. That is just, it's so cool, the different kinds of contributors. I still, when we were in the pandemic, just with either my water bottle or this or my computer, I would have random people come up because of the Tanuki and comment on things like that or say they contributed. So I love hearing those stories.
Is the person making MVP?
I don't know the answer to that yet. I hope so.
I think it would be a great signal that you can get MVP, not just for code. That was always the goal, but I love that.
Yeah, we're actually in the process of selecting the MVP today, and there is a lot of votes for the docs upgrades. There's actually 2 people being discussed there, so I think we're going to have to select one, but it's likely we do pick someone who's contributed to the docs id.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
And one thing that I will add as well is that it is not uncommon well, in fact, there's quite a lot of contributions coming from the docs side, and it's not only code. And there's been a precedent here for someone contributing to docs becoming an MVP. I've just checked it on the MVP page. We had Marcel Hamirolt also, who's now on the tech writing team as well, being an MVP for 11.9. And I'm sure that we've had some others as well.
I'm gonna give it a few more seconds here, just in case. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, everyone who contributed to the conversation. I love that people who aren't in UX were able to help answer these questions. That was awesome. So great questions, great answers. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season.